welcome back. Sorry, I'm having a few technical issues this morning. It's causing me to be a little laggier than normal on my end for things, which is... the short of it is, for some reason, Streamlabs has decided to take up like 80% of my computer, so I'm just trying to stabilize it. Now it's fine. Now it's all good. But it was just really, really not wanting to work. Can I even access that from here? No, I cannot. Okay, I need to go through this. Sorry for the ping noise there. It was my Windows, not yours. But yeah, no, everyone's having a good day so far, having a good time with them. Yesterday did some more work on Monarch's model thing, and worked on some other stuff. I'm a little annoyed because I said to myself yesterday that I was going to count that as my art for the day, and I feel jibbed by myself because it's like, well, that's not the art that I've been doing. It's nowhere near the same quality that I've been working on. It's like, yeah, well, that's because it's not. But it is still art. You are still practicing. Yeah, but it's not what I've been working on. That's not the point. It's like, well, it kind of is. Chill. So yeah, I'm a little upset about that. And it's really stupid to be upset about that. Yeah. Other than that, though, yeah, I still am on the first frame of it. It's taking its time. Why the fuck is this not launched? Star Rail, are you here? I pressed you to launch a second ago. Yes. Give me the pop-up. It's a great day today. It's a great day. Is it because I forcefully closed you earlier? Are you still upset about that? Possibly. I don't see anything I could be upset with. Oh. There's a spike in something. Why are you not wanting to launch? Come on. Alright, close this. I can close that. I'm just trying to launch the game, man. Why is it so fucking hard? Oh. Hey, the client's turned up, finally. Just incessantly pressing it eventually gets it to turn up. Alright. But yes, no, the plan for today is to continue on with the current story. I am very upsetty spaghetti at the community because for like the first week they were really good overall for posting like a tag to show it was a spoiler. They gave up on that over the weekend. Thanks, guys. And needless to say, the memes, I get it, right? You want to make the meme as soon as possible. That's the stuff you want to share with people, but like at least tag it as a fucking spoiler so I don't like look at it. Area going that was pretty solid. I'm pretty sure I talked about it then. Point is that, yeah, there's one thing I've been spoiled for. We'll see what happens if we can get to that point in the story today. And if we do, we'll talk about it. But otherwise, I'll leave it at that. One thing I want to share though. So, really cool news. So I did keep rolling a little bit. As you can see, I've been getting like more tickets and stuff like that. But I haven't used any of my tickets. Why haven't I used my tickets? Well, you'll see. There's a really cool thing. You see, if we go into the last 10 pool I did, nothing there, but if it, there we go. We got another Acheron. So currently, from a free-to-play angle, keep in mind, so no money whatsoever in towards these pools at all. We have got S1 and E2. So I'm super happy. So if you're wondering, that is why Bronya is in the team now, because haha, funny Bronya. Money. So yeah, I'm super fucking happy about that. So, when we left off, we are doing Adventurine's Bizarre Adventure. So let's go back to that. God, the amount of stuff about Adventurine. I have to say, the voice actor of Adventurine has almost, he alone has almost sold me on wanting to actually pull for his character, purely because he is such a fun person. You know what the best part is as well? I can change my team layout here. Because I no longer need to have Welt in the team. Because we don't need it. So with that being the case, we switch Welt out for who? Probably just Bronya. Also, I know a lot of people run Paler instead of Silverwolf. I personally, I kind of get why, because I believe she has more defense strip overall, but I just like Silverwolf's rotation and her flexibility that she offers. So, personal thing, I guess, on that. But I do think that I probably should build my Paler a little bit better than I currently do. Anyway. You, goodbye. Ooh, clock thing. I'm gonna try and avoid doing the puzzles while we're doing this, because that's just gonna... Oh, I just realized the game's not even showing yet. Good on me. I am having a hell of a day, as you can tell. There we go. But yes, no, I've got, you couldn't see the fucking warp stuff. Point is, in the last temple, we've got E2, Acheron. So, I wholeheartedly apologize for not having the camera working that entire time. I was wondering when you'd notice. Yeah, I will admit, my brain is just turned off at the moment. I don't know why I hadn't noticed that. That's one of those things that I would have noticed, like, I should have noticed immediately. But no. Right, where's the... Oh, okay, hi. Okay. Oh, can I not interact with it because I'm not, like, insane like the Trailblazer? Also, you say was wondering when you noticed. You could have just pointed it out. What an asshole.
Huh? What's wrong? Are we heading the wrong way?
No, but this door is locked.
Oh boy.
My friend? Did you really make an appointment with him?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can speak with him.
I could have, yes. Fucking what an asshole. People wondering why I'm doing... Doing a villain arc in this fucking playthrough now.
Oh, an escape room. My favorite.
Get serious. I've no time for games.
He's got no time for games, huh?
The hint is probably...
Damn, guess we should just call the stream.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit.
Just gonna turn the audio up a bit.
I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings.
Adventurine.
Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the model. I believe you're right.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it intentionally.
Ew.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Can I yank this? I can yank this. I'm bored sometimes. I stab things, okay? Leave me alone. Speaking of stab things. Speaking of stab things. God, it's just satisfying being able to go, yeah, nah, I don't want to play the combat for once. It's the same reason why, like, Sailor is so fucking nice, because let's be honest, we only use her skills so we can just get away from combat.
This is it.
Oh god, okay, so I need to... Oh, what the fuck? So I need to get onto the ceiling. First of all, chest. Second of all, chest. Third of all, chest. I'm sorry. That was bad. That was bad. Okay. Hello. Goodbye. You've been getting more anime than normal. What a way to join. What's wrong with me complimenting her chest? It's a great thing, right? Monk snail, I have not. Ooh, that seems a little loud.
Crush them.
I weep for the departed.
I've gotten so used to seeing that ultimate, by the way. So fun fact, that ultimate really fun to use in the simulated universe. Was it Golden Gears, because there's the erudition path, which means that you can basically duplicate ultimate uses. So just every first ult she has, she ults a second time, and then she's pretty much like ulting a second time every time she casts her ult, or every second time at the very least. It's really nice, really enjoyable. Then you play that with Hunt and you're like, ah, cool, the enemy don't get to have a turn. It does mean that if I ever get touched at all by the enemy, I fucking fall over and die, but you know, it's fun. It's a large sea snail from the forest, the Frost Isles of Camera. Big boy that tripled in size. Okay. Tis a big boy. So that's gonna give me the way to get to the center, but it's not actually gonna answer the problem, isn't it? What I have a feeling they're like, no, okay, it's just gonna probably be the yank thing. Okay. Get the fuck out of there. Okay, first of all, we go over and we pick up our stuff. Our juju juice. And then... Is there even really a point to get it? Oh, there's a chest there. Okay, well, we'll leave that for another time. It's a bioluminescent shell. It's actually just a giant spherical mushroom that lives in a symbiotic relationship with the snail, lighting the way and attracting small animals to it to digest.
I weep for the departed.
I mean, that's why you gotta love the ocean, right? It's got all sorts of weird and wacky wild stuff in there. Gotta love them.
Another blood debt repaid.
I'm still tossing up whether I should get Adventurine or not. I think I'm gonna wait till I see kind of a bit more about him with his numbers and stuff like that before I even consider. Because I still wanna... It's because he's coming out same time as Jinglue, right? And I know I want Jinglue. I want her light cone and I want her E1 at the least. But it would be kind of nice to maybe have another character that's not Lorcha as my kind of like sustain character. To be fair, I have multiple characters that aren't Lorcha that would fit for that, but you know. That's silly. Did I just double take the formidable foe like that to just get the wow, okay. Cool video game, boy. Okay, and then I use Hanu to get over to there. What is going over there, grant me? A chest? Is that it? Gonna leave that alone then.
This is what exploring the cosmos is all about.
Doesn't she yell at me normally for trying to get other stuff? I don't know.
And the nameplate reads,
It is said if anybody takes a photograph of said creature, the flash would scare the legendary creature so much that it would
you know, this reminds me of
will birth a baby monk so which will oh god. Okay. This reminds me of a tunnel I once saw that could trick people who pass through it.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's wise to remain silent when you should.
Wow, okay. Thanks, Dr. Ratio. Ratio just really doesn't like anyone, does he? Such a grumpy person.
This
Alright.
reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the blocks. I've never played with them before. I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips.
Yo, Adventurine getting into Legos. Let's go.
Oh, look. The gap is closed. And it fits perfectly. So, what's next?
Oh god, did you hear? So was it Himiko's VA has actually responded to the what was it, the one bit of voice line where she voices Akavili? And it's like, yes, I'm guilty and stuff like that. She's responded to that. I love her response. She basically, the shorthand is she states, they were not given much information. They were just given like some brief sort of things to outline what they needed to do. Which led to her doing the, oh yeah, I'm guilty. Oh, I'm guilty. That stuff, right? And she mentioned how she played through that and genuinely broke laughing. Because of just how, like, that is not what she expected it to be used for, but remember that well, yeah. So yeah, she did not know what the scene was for, but she did that voice work and it's fucking amazing. Please read that entire passage out. I'm not gonna really eat all of that out. That's a lot of fucking shit. I have read it. I'm not gonna read it out. Especially when I'm playing a game. Now what the fuck am I doing? Ah, flashback. My eyes were not. It's true though. Honey, I shrank the Adventurine.
Oh, good heavens. Did I shrink? Am I still in a dream?
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're huge. It's me! Down here!
Explain the giant stack.
Sand pit!
God damn. God damn. Right, I need to make sure I do this correctly. That. One day I'll actually catch up on all the shorts that I need to make.
Actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a way to slip me into Sunday's collar, and I'll infiltrate the family just like that.
She is merely a monk's now in disguise, I see.
Oh, fine. I was just kidding. Let's find a way to open the door.
Have they genuinely coded in bad AI pathing for this bit? I love it. Okay, we're first getting the chest, and then we're going and investigating this. What a world we've come to, that in like the modern day we're now coding early 2000s AI as a joke and we have to put in the extra effort for it. This is incredible. I love Ah, yes. Me and the boys. He actually does have collision. All the effort is for the bit. Like, it's so good. I love this. And then just all the other fucking dudes at T-posing. Welcome to the Golden Hour base model. I love this. This is actually just incredible to me. Hello and alright then. Okay, I need to understand what led you to this and what's the story behind the situation. Well, I just got shrunk. My colleague is currently... Can we even see him? No, we can't see him from these angles. Oh, there he is. There's my colleague. It's because technically I'm doing the story as this dude right now. So my colleague is currently helping me out. Yeah, no, other than that, it's a pretty normal situation, right? The intentional shite AI. I'm pretty sure this is basically the prototype for the main place. Okay. So that's why it's like all shitty AI and crap and stuff like that. It's a tech demo model. So it's more testing the environment less than a...
Golden Hour base model.
Yeah, see? Golden Hour base model.
I am an Oak soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour of the base model. Happy to be of service.
And tell me about the tour.
Hello. Welcome to the Golden Hour base model. I am an Oak soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour of the base model. Model. Happy to be of service. Generating guide. Please wait
The voice actor sounds like they had so much fucking fun.
The nearest check-in spot. Please look behind me. A capsule machine model.
Didn't even have time to earn a 5-star rating from you. Really, Adventurine?
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do a thing to it, Doc. You've got to be my witness.
I saw nothing.
Oh, capsule machine. There's no mechanism on the floor. Could there be one at the top? Doctor, do me a favor.
Oh my god, am I gonna have to ask him to do my gacha pulls? Oh my god, that's so...
So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much?
Adventurine, chill. Don't need to savage him that much.
Stream 4.
Alright, let's use fast travel. Oh, there's actually enemies here. Let's fast travel them as well.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough.
Oh, it's a big bird. I'll never not love looking at those guys. Just casually walking into each other.
Oh, great. There's another pinball machine base here. And it's empty too.
Couldn't we just have Ratio pick us up?
here, and I'll be back in a minute.
Get ratioed? Yeah, that's about right. Well, that would just make things easier. Yeah.
Finally, a moment of peace.
Oh. Okay. I was not expecting to play as Ratio now all of a sudden. Yeah, my team's fine for Ratio. Not amazing, but it'll work. Oh, hello. There's a lot of you. I mean, to be fair, I should be just fine, right? Just leave it alone. Okay, chill. I mean, Harmony's supposed to be one of the lowest aggro ratings, right? I guess my entire team is what? A Hunt, a Nihility, a Harmony, and an Abundance, right? So... Isn't a Harmony supposed to be the lowest odds of those? It's a Ting Young effect all over again. Gotta love Dog the Ratio. The best teacher out there. He throws the fucking chalk at you. And if you really screw up, he'll drop a pillar on your head. Seeing enemies I've genuinely not seen before because of these transforming things. Solo leveling anime finish. Yeah, I heard the first season's the first season's over, second season's already been confirmed. Which is definitely impressive. But I'll be honest, as long as they kind of do well for a while, it'll probably get its first few seasons pretty easily. I will say that it's the later stuff that I'd be concerned about, because some of the later stuff was where the concern really comes forward of how do you convert that from like the webtoon sort of style to screen, because that was always the concern I had personally with the series, is some of the beauty of it came from the way the screen was done.
Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Because the fights are amazingly executed though. Oh, I'm not saying they are or they aren't. I haven't looked properly yet myself. I do need to look, and I do want to. It is just pure and simply, again, like, it's that rationale of how, like, some of the visuals were gorgeous in the webtoon style because it was a webtoon, and it creates this situation where you're going to have to animeify it. How do you do that? How do you can't, it's because you can't recreate the same effect of scrolling down the page and seeing the motion like that, because it's an animated environment. I'm not going to say that's going to be better or worse for it, but it is definitely something that, like, that's why I say the later stuff is where I'd put more concern on for it, because a lot of the later stuff is more... It was very clear that later on the author and the style that they did it with everything got more comfortable with using that technique. Oh yeah, I've read to a point that would probably be about season 5, I guess, if we were to gauge it based on how fast they're going so far. So yeah, go right ahead. I don't mind spoilers. If anyone does mind spoilers, just don't look for a little while or anything like that. Like, I'm gonna be honest, most people have either read it or watched it by now, so I doubt there's gonna be too much of a concern on that. Yeah, Icarus, to get his class, they executed the camera. Yeah, like, I know there was a lot of, because there was the big thing about the Arise scene as well, and how, I will say from what I've heard, and this is something that I will actually agree with just even from the angle of having read the content, is that, yeah, Arise did not have the same charged energy as stuff like I Am Atomic or those sorts of things, right? Which is fine. I mean, personally, I love I Am Atomic purely because it is just really, really fucking silly and well done. Okay. But in a sense, that is the sad part of it, right? Is that, like, solo leveling was never supposed to be that kind of charm. Game. It would take a lot of visual work to give Arise the impact. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, there was definitely room that they could have tried to make the argument, but the fact that the original doesn't impact, like, the impact of Arise in the original does not have more impact even in its environment than other versions of that sort of stuff. Oh, there we go. See, I always think that they're going to do something more interesting with these.
Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch.
If that is your wish, I will do so without a moment's hesitation.
These two are so nice to each other. Here we go. I really should watch the solo leveling anime though, because it's just pure and simply because it'd be wise to see what they've done with it. But there's also, like, so many fucking series. I'm still... There's one series I want to watch that I've been recommended for a long time, and I've been meaning to watch, which is Apothecary Diaries. So that's on the quite high on the list that I need to get through and watch that. And since it is over now, I'm more excited to watch, because again, like, I try and watch things after they're finished if I can. I prefer binging series over watching as they come out. I just made an exception with Gushing Over Magical Girls, because that series was just really good, and it was the right kind of series to watch week by week.
To guard and defend. Crush them.
I weep for the departed.
Definitely helped pace it out for me, because I feel like if I watched all of that at once, I would need to take breaks. There's some series that benefit from binging, and then there's some series that actually it harms them to binge watch them. There's a lot of series I've watched in my time where it's like, You need a week to recover. Yeah, like in a sense, there's that, right? It's some series are best kind of seen as, well, you need to pace it out so the enjoyment is actually like well done. Because if you have too much of the same, too much of one thing at once, sometimes it can be too much. Like that's why I'm actually glad I pace out Frieren series.
Piece of cake.
Because if I hadn't paced that out, I think I would have been quite upset with myself. I can tell, well, I can definitely tell you that head was in hands. No, I mean, what? I want to stress, and maybe this will open me up to any criticism, whatever the fuck you want to pull for it. But like, I loved that series because I'm sitting there like, man, this ticks a lot of my boxes. It's gonna put me on a list, that statement. Fulfill magical girls without being tragic to them, but also no, again, that's why I say I'm definitely not the right person, because I sat there, I watched that, and I'm just like, yep, this is
Toy City has come to an end.
this is what I enjoy.
It's all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience.
Fuck, that last episode
Point at the poker table.
actually just hit the last few notes that I could even put forward. That gave me season 2. Yeah, honestly, it's a series I would really enjoy a season 2 of. But I would also not want it to be forced to be a season 2. I would prefer it to be a natural season 2. Like, could the series end there and never be picked up again? Yeah. I think it'd be fine to leave it there.
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive. Sunday is just beyond this door. From my limited understanding, he's not someone easily handled. Are you prepared?
The manga is pretty good from there. Oh, yeah, I should probably just read the manga.
Only I believe he's the one.
I don't know, like,
Prepared to face me.
it covers only 1 of 3 arcs so far. That sounds about right. It's definitely a nice concluding point, though, and I'm very, very glad that they were able to just do a nice conclusion towards it. The arcs are pretty clearly planned from the start. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually good to hear. See, that's always something I appreciate. Like, I'm not against an author just writing a story sometimes, but like, the amount of like manhwa and shite that I've read that it's very clear they just started with an idea and then like they have to now figure out how to make an arc work, and then they make a bunch of arcs and then they have to kind of not retcon, but definitely stuff doesn't feel like it's got the same backstory anymore.
Tell me about your plan.
I mean, one series I can actually like really point towards with that was, and it's not a manhwa, but it still had this issue, was Shield Hero. Shield Hero really struggled from later in its story, just basically having to do resets because otherwise it couldn't. I feel like the author thought that it couldn't maintain the interest if the characters were weak. Or if the characters were strong, I should say. That they needed to be always, like, pushed down to the bottom.
I don't have a plan.
And the story needed to continue. It honestly didn't need to continue as long as it did, for some regards.
Benefit or fear?
The offshoot stories are not half bad, though. Oh, with Shield Hero, I don't think I've seen a lot of the offshoot stories too much. Because, like, I can attest to that where I stopped reading, I think, is actually where it is in the anime now. Is that gone to the other world. And like I think I stopped reading just as they like the main cast met up again.
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Sparrow Hero gets a spear that turns back time to when they first meet the king, and he can do anytime he or another hero dies. That's interesting. Okay, I'll admit that is a fascinating thing.
I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it.
This is just summarized from the first. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, see, now that's interesting. I think that would have been a better approach to Shield Hero's storyline, is to just do more offshoots instead of perpetuating the story and basically having to reboot it within its own story. That genuinely, like, I could not enjoy that, personally. I got really, really bored of it during that arc. No, yeah. Like, it's something that I see a lot with those sorts of popular series, is that, like, sometimes, they just keep going for the sake of keep going, or the author thinks that they've got still cool ideas, but it's just, when you have to, internal to your universe, reset your universe, that's normally not a good sign. Now, someone's gonna, like, maybe, at this point, pull up the whole, oh, well, what about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? It resets its universe. It's like, yes, but it's also something that I will always praise with JoJo's, is that it actually, it's an anthology. It's separate stories with the story being continued. Or like the overarching story. It's, yeah, it doesn't follow the same guy each time. Like, don't get me wrong, Joseph is in 2 things, but it's like each reset is a new story. Well, it's not even just that. It's like, so it's up till part, is it 6 or 7? It's 6, right? Is the same universe. And then 7 onwards is the next universe that he worked on. And it was way more focused on stands and on fate. And it was great. It meant that he could reapproach the characters from a completely different angle. The fact is that the first arc of the new thing, the Steel Ball Run, you're following Jonathan again. Just not Jonathan that we know of. Not lovely Harmon cute boy.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable, necessitating the delegation to someone from a rival faction, the IPC?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family.
So that's why I give that a completely different argument there. It's perfectly fine. But yeah, it's, I don't know, it's like taking the problem that Shonen has a lot of the time and taking it to the next level. Because Shonen when it progresses, right, is that you've beaten boss. So like your characters start at this level, your boss is up here. Your characters strengthen themselves up to get to this level, they beat boss. Boss gets defeated or dies or joins their team. Now there's a new boss. New boss has to be up here because it needs to progress, and then the characters progress, and this is Dragon Ball Z. Every time they progressively get more and more obscene and more powerful, until a point where it's like, well, we've just gone beyond what we originally were here for. Do I think that's a bad thing for Dragon Ball Z? No, that's perfectly fine, right? We need universe killers. Okay, now, yeah, like, exactly. In fact, this is actually the argument I used to Supernatural. Supernatural fucking suffered massively after the Leviathan storyline. Because just after that, it just kept having to raise the stakes so absurdly to the point that it's like, okay, well, now the villain is... like, the best they did after the Leviathans was the Mark of Cain, and even that wasn't handled as well as it could have been. And then when you get to the was it Amara, the basically God's sister storyline, I just thought that was shit. Like, we've gone too far now. And then, oh, what's the final boss? Well, okay, so God's sister is the boss currently. How about we make the final boss God? It's just... It's so boring because the stakes become so absurd that everything is just silly now. No, I can't take it seriously. Like, if the Mark Kane storyline did not fucking end with unleashing Amara or whatever the fuck, and it was just another Leviathan-like thing, that would have been more interesting to me. Because I think the Leviathans were a perfect example of what Supernatural kept trying to do, which was, these are like the creatures in the modern day. These are these fictitious creatures of myth and legend that go beyond our comprehension at elements. What do they do in a modern day setting? Well, a lot of them were smart. They would be calculated, and then some were just like, fuck it, we're brute force it. And it gets covered over.
Do you mean the Galaxy Ranger whom you accused previously?
So, yeah, that's my dislike for those sorts of series that feel like they continue on beyond the point that they were feasibly meant to. I mean, technically speaking, Supernatural was planned to the 5 seasons, right, originally? From memory. And then the stuff afterwards was kind of extra stuff. I mean, I still stand by the Leviathans. It's probably my favorite storyline for it. And I will probably stand by that to the end of days. Especially with how they treated the end of that series. And yeah, no, it's difficult. Like, sometimes it's the difficulty that people don't want to see the end of their story. And in Supernatural's case, it was the fact that the cast and the crew didn't want to see the end of the story, even though it should have ended. So yeah, that's why, going back to the world my game takes place in has been reconnected to change structure and characters repeatedly. See, and like, again, it's, if you structure it that way from the beginning as well, like, this is the other point I want to make, is if you make these rules clear from the beginning and then never go above them, I love that. That's why JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, again, going back to that, is such a great example, because is there power creep? Yes? If we only look, if we disclude the Harmon 2 stand power creep, there's no actual real power creep. In fact, the strongest stand ability, pretty consistently, across the board, is the first stand boss of the series. The ability to stop time. The strongest power in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure still to this date, in an argumentative sense, external to a lot of like the really godlike ones. So if we don't talk about like Over Heaven, for example, and those sorts of effects, is the ability to stop time. The world is one of the strongest stands. Now, did Jotaro beat Dio because he got powerful enough, like he powered up through the series and beat him at his strength? No, he couldn't ever beat a vampire at that strength. He beat him because he got smarter. He got smarter and luckier, and that's the point of the JoJos. They were always smarter and luckier. And that's how they beat their opponents. They always did that one thing that the villain could never have actually calculated for, because it's without calculation. It's called luck. So, do I think, if you switch around the characters and their villains and stuff like that, do I think they could beat them? Yeah. I think I will say the clearest instance of that not being quite the case would probably be, what's the name of it again? Giorno's arc. Giorno versus King Crimson. King Crimson is definitely an outlier in some regards, but if you, I mean, that's that whole argument is like, okay, well, who wins? Erasure of time or stop time? Stop time. Because erasing time and stopping time, well, I mean, like, the event would still be erased, sure, but like if you put Dio versus Diavala, you think Diavala's going to survive that? Seriously? And that was kind of the point, is that it was an arc where Giorno was kind of the mid ground. He was a JoJo, but he was also Dio's son. So yeah, no, if you make a universe, set your rules to the begin with, and set a cap. Set rules for your cap. Do not go above that. There's a story I've been writing since fucking, I want to say I was in like high school, and I still have never pushed further than its cap. It has a rule. It has very strict rules about the top end of it. And there are repercussions for interacting with the top end. One example, right, is so there's a character in it that is immune to magic and magic effect. So if you throw a fireball at him, the fire wouldn't do anything either. That would splash off. However, he is still affected by the world itself. So if you threw a fireball at a tree and the tree fell on him, the tree still fell on him, right? So that still affects him. It's just the magic itself. So what one of the characters does is they interact with a concept that exists outside of their dimension, their realm, that affects time. And that object isn't supposed to be interactable with. It's supposed to be only interactable with on a very high divine level that should not be reachable by anyone that isn't on that divine level. And he does it as a last resort and basically almost dies in the process because it's his only way out. And what it is it forces time itself to be removed, and then he has to recreate the concept of time around himself and then those that are connected to him so he can get them the fuck out. And we're talking about a character that is the strongest pretty much character that exists. And he's still spitting out blood because he's breaking a rule. He's using a loophole he's always known existed, but he never wanted to pull it out and use it because of how dangerous it was to him, and how the moment that loophole got used once, he could never use it again. So you need to be consistent with that. I know I've been talking so long about this stuff over the top of this, but it's stuff that again, it's important things in my eyes, is to never exceed your original set of rules unless you have in your original set of rules that they can be exceeded. Dragon Ball, I think, did, in a sense. Like, it was very clear that it was always capable of going up, as well as it's a very different style of story, and it's enabled for that. But, like, there's the basic structure is that you have to, that you are killing a god, and it's really a direct fight. Like, yeah, there's so many things like that where it's like, yeah, that makes sense. You've set your rules, you've set your conditions. I mean, another universe that I'm working on in the background with games and stuff like that, it plays on stuff like that as well. And yeah, the rules are set. And then the point of one of the arcs is that now we're going beyond those rules, but that's because that was designed to be possible. And then those rules apply only to this set of stuff. Now we have new rules for this one, and new rules for that one, and new rules for that. So they're all separate, but there's a the level of you can consistently expect the rules to be the same within that sphere. Because as the viewer, as the consumer, you don't want to be sitting there confused.
I need to know her identity, if I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn, and it's good to have more helpful friends when dealing with this matter.
So yes, my as you can tell, I am very passionate about like story stuff. This is why, like, again, I think manga is Japan's like manga and manhwa stuff that comes out from Japan, Korea, and China is so fascinating in some regards, because the way they tell stories feels like when they're willing to give up on, like, when they're willing to end the story is really, really nice, because they're willing to commit to a nice, simple storyline, a simple arc or two, and then not waste more time. I just don't quite like when they elongate it sometimes, because a lot of the time it doesn't feel like, don't get me wrong, yeah, the story's getting better, but it's like, also, could you make an argument that that writer could have ended that story and made a new story, and that next story would have just been better? An example for that is the author of Kaguya-sama. Kaguya-sama is an incredible series. I fucking love that. I think it's gorgeous. That's why I'm so excited for Oshinoko, because Oshinoko is the next series that they did. And I know some of the stuff that happens later in Oshinoko, and I really want to see what the fucking anime does with some of that stuff, because I want to see how they visually transpose. It's really fucking messed up. And it's meaning that they can develop with completely different characters and test these different rules.
Sunday, arrange a private meeting with us. This isn't an interrogation, but a secret negotiation. We'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom and power. In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door, even if that chance is close to zero, well, you can't win if you don't play, right?
Gambler mentality.
Ah, the charming audacity. To think that you, of all people, might emerge victorious, dear gambler.
3 chips are enough.
The scholar and the gambler. What a fucking interesting story this actually has been. I feel kind of bad stalking over the top of it.
Nothing.
But yeah, no, it's these kind of tenets of storytelling and stuff like that is why I do think why I press like Babylon 5, for example, is because that story was like it was very clear from the beginning to the end that the entire story was pretty much written at one point, or like all the key elements were done. We have our checkpoints, we have everything we need that's already pre-done before the story's really getting written. That's what's important. If you're going to do a story, set all that sort of stuff out, and if you want to make room for more, plan with that accordingly. Do not try and tack things on later, because that just gets really annoying. Or try and reset just to make room for more. If your story has ended, your story has ended. Move on. It's okay to want to do mini stories or all sorts of stuff like that. That's why
puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
like that's why comedy series are so good, or slice of life, is because a lot of those don't actually have defined arcs or defined endpoints in the same capacity. I mean, Konosuba is a good example. That's going to be getting its next season. Super excited. But like Konosuba is a great example of a series that technically has a soft end point. They never need to hit that, and that story could go on for forever, and it would be fucking hilarious. They could power creep the shit out of that, and that's the point. The story is designed with that in mind. I stand by. It's okay to have power creep in a series as long as you plan for it. Do not just power creep because, shit, I need to write more. Don't forget the other title, yeah. I forgot it, but it was something. Something will be yeah, no, I know. But there's so many things like that. I love. I mean, that's why I absolutely adored the movie, right? Because it was such a side story. Like, it progressed the story, but it also didn't do jack shit. And that's the point. It's okay to do that. That's actually, ironically enough, where Bleach has a lot of its runtime from, right? Like, the original Bleach series is 366 episodes long, I believe, off the top of my head, and the majority of that is filler. It was probably... That and Naruto were probably some of the most famous for excessive filler usage. Do I think that filler was worth watching? Yes, the first time. I will never... When I was trying to rewatch it again, I just did not watch the filler. Because I could not stand it. There's only one filler arc that series ever did well, and that filler arc was one that actually gave interesting backstory, and that was the Zanpakuto arc. And then there's technically, you've got the part 2 of that, which is the Sword Beast arc, which that was kind of interesting, but it was a lot less interesting. You just kind of watched it because you wanted to see more of the Zanpakuto arc, let's be honest. And that's why, arguably, in a sense, that's one of those manga that you should probably just go read. Don't watch it. Just go read it.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday. However, this is no way to greet a guest.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I need to test your character. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help, yes?
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do. He's already faithfully fulfilled his duties, hasn't he?
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you, like himself, a virtuous person who can be trusted by the family. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Adventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. The fact that you succeeded in overcoming many obstacles just to meet me gave me the reason to believe in your wisdom and courage. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be, witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune since she returned to Penacony. What's more disheartening, she can't sing anymore. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but I know you hold a different opinion. Now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. You're feeling anxious because you're out on a limb.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Adventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe you wouldn't ask for anything in return, would you?
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal items under the family's custody, the bag of gift money, and...
the box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the Preservation Emanator, granting significant power. and every liquidation specialist holds one.
Okay.
Object so precious, it probably comes at an even higher price than other forms of recompense.
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking to bring the truth to light.
Mr. Adventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
Okay.
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you your gift money, but before that, I want you to tell me.
Ooh.
The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows.
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds to prove your innocence and gain my trust.
Okay.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of Recollection?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Ooh.
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hands?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Adventurine stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Adventurine. It's your last chance to defend your honor.
Do we think he has a second cornerstone? Because I don't think there's a question that really did that.
Please. Are these what you're looking for?
Here's the second one. Ah.
Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Adventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above.
Ooh, this cutscene's actually been quite interesting so far.
In that case,
I feel sorry for being quiet now, but you know, I talked so much earlier.
their position and wouldn't forsake more vital matters for the sake of petty pride.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides the family, no other faction is willing to share such information.
Oh, shit.
Cut to the chase. What do you need from me?
I need Mr. Adventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Adventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone. The 10 Stonehearts aren't as united as you think. Cornerstones are significantly more precious to them than their very own lives.
Okay.
You know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Drink. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. But I happen to be among them.
I appreciate it.
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to that of Klepoth's body.
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will into the cornerstones, granting them an unparalleled radiance. And this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine, and it belongs to Topaz. So, do you wish to confront him?
Okay.
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location of his cornerstone.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that cornerstone has been in your hands from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels. disguised as a gift of money waiting to be confiscated, is indeed in line with Mr. Adventurine's style.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money. This is a gamble, one he's all too familiar with, betting on your single misstep, leading to a total loss.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. The family will surely reward a righteous person like you. As for the villain, I hope he retreats in humiliation.
You've backed him into a corner.
Thanks to your friend with a keen eye, that I could add a blot of utter failure to your storied career.
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. Treasure your remaining time, and savor the delectable aftertaste of defeat.
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration into a trial. I genuinely see no reason to absolve you from it.
Is this what the Harmony represents? Is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Adventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent, but I have seen your resilient spirit, and thus I offer you the possibility of a new beginning. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape, or contact any of your companions. You only have 2 paths before you, and it all depends on whether you can complete my test within the time limit.
Okay.
Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the Eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 17 system hours. When the time comes, compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achievable without it.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag of worthless jewels for everything you need. That's what gamblers excel at, isn't it? Off you go, Mr. Adventurine. You are free. I will wait here for your good news.
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Adventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. That's all. By the way, before you go, I have a personal question.
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go?
got it back, sister. You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. We can survive without it. But I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again, okay?
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and I won.
Won? What happened exactly? Tell me.
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square.
Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. Gaiathra Triclops must be watching over you. But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel catechins. Have you forgotten how Mom and Dad... Look, this is just a necklace. But Kakavasha, you are my only family.
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy. Because Mom left you this necklace. There'll be no next time.
It is important, but not as important as you, my dearest brother. I don't blame you, but you must remember what Mom said. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gaiathra Triclops. She has also granted us a chance. And that's your good luck, Kakavasha. Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin, have. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the pain and poverty you're going through, all right? Listen to me and swear to Gaiathra Triclops.
Okay. We'll swear to Gaiathra Triclops to protect this wealth. Sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really watching over us, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare for Gaiathra Triclops' offerings. And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath, till the moment she closed her eyes. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rainpour was Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness and grace, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were born in this world of death?
Huh. We sure he's supposed to be preservation and not fucking nihilism?
Excuse me. I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Just as I thought. I'd like to ask, what kind of traces do people leave when they enter a dream?
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. This data will be included in statistics and handed over to the family for the screening of any data anomalies. Immediate action will be taken once any illegal behavior is detected.
Is it possible to access these records?
I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by the Bloodhound family. We can only gain access if there's a problem.
Looks like nothing can be found here.
At least we know who to look for next. We can ask the Bloodhound family for information. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss Robin doing fine? We are looking forward to her performance.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival have been proceeding smoothly. So, I guess things are pretty good. I believe she will be able to put on a spectacular show for all.
That's someone that's not even hiding, it's that she just doesn't know.
I'm sure.
So they're still very clearly hiding that.
No one knows about Miss Robin. I'm not surprised. But that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's a stowaway, she should have a disguised identity after entering the planet. She's also in the running for the legacy. How is she going to sneak into the dreamscape unnoticed?
Is there any other way to enter a dream? Besides the hotel room's dream pool?
We did.
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the memory zone of Penacony, they thrive effortlessly, a fact proven to us by Black Swan. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by her, it is likely that they are behind Miss Firefly's case.
Yeah.
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both are possible, but what about the IPC? Since they want Penacony all for themselves, they're bound to have a plan.
Who are you guys?
Oh.
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position, ready to execute armed evacuation operation. Boss, get moving!
Thank God, not Bravo team again.
Armed evacuation? Boss, aren't you drunk?
What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just don't let the director find out. Act first, report later. Understood?
Help! Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball! I don't want my name on the department's major disciplinary notice!
Hey, check it out! That place. Could it be
Yeah.
IPC workers from Bellabog?
To all guests, the IPC will be conducting special operations within the hotel. Please follow the staff in charge of evacuation to the designated safe zones, or compulsory measures will be enforced.
I'll request a beating for you lot! You've been told not to drink during work hours.
Hi, Topaz.
Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
It's been a while.
Miss Topaz? I never thought I'd
Oh, shit.
Penacony.
Yeah.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Adventurine has told me a lot about your happenings. Huh? It's fine. Do as I ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before taking any action. Yes. All right. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and cuffed its shackles on the IPC staff now.
I mean, to be fair.
Only Adventurine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can only sit around in the reality hotel, unauthorized to even enter dreams.
No wonder Adventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the dreamscape.
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you not? Let me know if you need anything outside the dreamscape. The IPC always treats its partners well.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel. Perhaps you've had dealings with them?
Okay.
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? It'll take the spotlight off me. Being constantly stared at is really uncomfortable.
I want to say hello to Topaz. It's been a while.
To be in business with Adventurine. I bet you're not used to it. That's just his style. All or nothing is his mantra. He's always cozying up to his clients while egging them on to undertake some dangerous assignment with him. But everyone has their merits, so I won't comment further. But Adventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hitch and basically never lost a gamble. Which is why, on the issue of retaking Penacony, I'm watching with keen interest.
He's that good, huh? It works only when all parties' interests are aligned. No, I'm just gonna go with he's that good, huh?
Apologies, but I don't have much info on them either. All I can do is ask you to keep digging for more details.
Oh, it's nice to see you again, Topaz. Where's an umpty? Not with you at the moment?
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
Is that a fucking Australian? We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive Topaz, ensuring that she stays put at the Reverie Hotel during her time on Penacony. We've got the right one this time.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
Ah, yeah. We meet again.
It's you again. Back for more trouble? We're not afraid of you this time.
Well, spit it out. Stop bothering us if you've nothing important.
Got some shelves to set up? What the fuck do you mean shelves? Why are you setting up shelves? 40 pounds each. How much is it? How much is 40 pounds again? I can't remember. I cannot do that translation in my head. Well, I mean, I normally do measurements in kgs is the thing. That's why I'm... 2.2 is a kg. Okay, thank you. Well, I can reverse engineer from there, so... Yeah, I was about to say, like... It's just shy of 20, a fair bit. I mean, that's... 20 kgs, right? That should be enough for a PC. I mean, fuck, I got surprised the other day. So I'm very used to being over 100 kgs, just because of the way my body is. Regardless of if I'm dieting well, exercising, anything like, or not exercising or anything like that. Like, I'm just naturally quite high. Can't hear nothing because I took off headphones. That's fine. I'll just talk to this though. But like, I have actually gone down in weight quite a lot since I last looked. Which has been like fucking 3-4 months now. To be fair, haven't been eating amazingly, but hey. That's probably why I've been doing a lot more larger scale exercise, which isn't too great on my heart. And eating a lot less, not by much choice. Which is actually a good point. When stream ends, I need to go get some groceries because today's payday. Oh, y'all want to hear some cool news? This is such stupid news. So New Zealand has allocated its budget again and things are going up. So governmentary payments across the board are going up. So this guy is going to be getting $14 additional from next week onwards. It's not even like fucking much. You can get like 3 loaves of bread more than normal. Nah, it's enough to actually kind of matter. It does give me a massive amount more breathing room for foodstuffs per week. so I shouldn't have too much issue going forward. And I am actually planning on having I hate that I have to say it this way, but like I want to have fish and chips, so I'm like planning in the next week, couple of weeks to save up the money for it. But yeah, no, fucking hell yeah, $14 a week. Woo. Why do we keep running into people you've beaten up before? When's our lunch break? Me hungry. Yeah, me hungry too. I need to pull some records for me. It's for official business. Business of your captain. Where is he? Yeah, I kind of want to talk to their captain. He's probably... Gallagher's probably easier to talk to than these two twerps.
That's right. We're investigating a murder for the family. Can we speak to your captain about the case?
That's a bit out there. We're investigating something for the family. Would be fine enough.
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps before he returned from Dream's Edge. What murder? You'd better stop spouting nonsense.
Yeah, that's right. We have nothing to report. Please leave.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is at Dream's Edge.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably Gallagher, the one she mentioned, right?
Can't wait to meet up with Gallagher. He's definitely a charming individual to me. He's the kind of guy that if he was a 5-star and had a scythe, I would have like gone with weeks without food to get that bitch. And yes, I did just describe Crow from Ruby. I will not deny this in the fucking slightest. Look, say what you will, but that shit, they're my charm and stuff. That's my husbando.
Security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher. Where could he be?
Probably where the objective marker is. I love that that's the fastest way to travel in the game. It actually is. Someone's done the testing for it, and it's faster to travel that way.
The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up ahead. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Hold on a minute. I think I've seen you before. The gray-haired one.
How much trouble have you stirred?
This ain't it, Chief. You got the wrong gal. That's right. It's me, Clucky. It's me.
You think you look alike? Wait, are you for real?
Not possible.
Oops, I clicked that too quickly.
You the last time yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that silver-haired girl. I'm not letting you get by this time. Please leave, or I'll have to get on my knees and beg you.
Yes.
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation. If it wouldn't trouble you, could we see this Mr. Gallagher?
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a few people mentioning this name. Even the one with the gray hair.
He didn't send you all here?
It was the security officer who dispatched us. That's all I can divulge.
He'll do. He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that since it's a matter of the family's reputation, no one's allowed through. Everyone, please leave. There's really no need for us to make things difficult for each other, right?
I kind of feel a little bad for this boy.
We're really sorry for troubling you. Let's think of another.
I guess breaking people's shins all the time leads to trauma. Who would have guessed? Oh god.
Oh, what was it? Clockwork? That got this guy to change his mind? Can you perform it again? That, clocky magic.
But I can't abuse it for evil doings. I fucking do, though. Just what I've been waiting for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss, everyone, please leave.
Okay. You and this Bloodhound family member have met before, and you know... You're also aware of the principle sometimes doesn't matter when a person is in a good mood. Oh, so I just have to put him in a good mood? That's easy enough.
Let me see what time it is now. Whoa, it's this time already. What? Time to clock out. And no one's gonna stop me.
Okay.
What? This clockwork trick of yours, it's kinda dangerous.
At least he won't be getting in our way again.
I love how, like, no one's just, like, questioning the fact it's like, didn't you just manipulate that dude's mind and, like, pretend... That's kind of fucking messed up, right? Yo, that's a little fucky-wucky.
Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Welcome. Since you made it here, what can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from your tone, it sounds like you were expecting us.
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express and honorable guests of the Watchmaker. I had an encounter with this lady in the Golden Hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too. I'm sorry for what happened to that kid.
That's exactly what the family has ordered us to investigate. We're sorry to... No, I'm gonna just...
Also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't
Stick with that.
overlook the death of that child. So we've decided to help the family get to the bottom of it, in the hopes of getting justice for her.
The Nameless involved with the family. What an unpredictable twist of fate.
Why? What's wrong with the family?
What's not wrong with a family, let's be honest.
Nothing. On Penacony, everyone loves the family. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to leave a warm nest? Just idiots, little kids, and inebriated fools.
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting at something.
Oh, you got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with me. This is not a good place to talk. Let's go elsewhere.
Okay. Seems very cooperative so far. Oh, I'm guessing we're switching back over to Adventurine.
That chilling tragedy.
Oh, no.
This dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such magnitude.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building. Like a living idol.
Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill their roles, offering themselves...
Are we gonna have Acheron and Welt as characters now? Well, I'm assuming Acheron's gonna be the storyline that we're following.
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's beautiful dream has persisted for so long.
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family refuses to acknowledge this, and it has ultimately backfired and become a catalyst.
There's the nihilism coming in.
As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail, they draw closer and closer to necrosis. Regardless of the perceived bliss, death looms as the inevitable conclusion. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break, and crumble.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you willing to share your findings with me?
Of course. That's if I remember.
Says this as her hand gently rests on the hilt of her sword. They quickly go, and then quickly lets go in the blink of an eye. Oh.
Don't mind me, it's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful. It's only when this sword is unsheathed that those hazy memories start to become clearer.
Okay.
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything that occurred on Penacony. Ask away.
Regarding the moment of daybreak.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's where the Dawn Factory, which processes the foundation of the dreamscape, is located.
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imagination factories. Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in and day out in their dreams. Then they return to reality and sleep on a narrow bed in a room. A far cry from luxury. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre and motley dreamscape is the best reward. There I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. The perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day move to the golden hour and see the magnificent garments she had woven with her own hands. For certain reasons, her wish was difficult to fulfill. But I managed to bring her a garment.
Okay. Regarding the Gilded Hour.
Gilded Hour. It's said to be Penacony's currency center.
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city, the economic heart of the dreamscape. The Pepeshi people of the Alfalfa family are there to keep it running, sending blood that is made from money everywhere on Penacony. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. The greatest wish of the local Pepeshi people is for their future generations to work in the Gilded Hour. I've never met anyone who is willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through the jungle of steel, only to deposit the alfalfa credits that they'd earned into the bank's vault. I don't know if they would open the vault's door, but before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed Pepeshi person plummet from the sky, while those around him continued on their way, unfazed.
Okay. About the Blue Hour.
The Blue Hour is very romantic. Do you have any tales to share?
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There is a large boat called the Adventurine anchored along the Sea of Dreams, where soft music and dancing persist endlessly every night. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long-departed lover to return, waiting for countless hours within time that stood still. In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to Penacony to pursue their dreams. Alas, her lover's consciousness was lost in the dark depths of the Sea of Dreams.
Oh, shit.
Finally, she suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat with her. But she never said anything. Her eyes absent-mindedly gazing at the horizon for what seemed like forever. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
Okay, shit. And the moment of dusk.
Dreamscape of chic, luxury, and consumerism, the moment of dusk. My companions have been there too.
Then you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized them. Scattering money as if it were dust and betting it on all or nothing. Everything has a price, and everything can be bought or sold. Even dreams themselves.
Okay.
I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid under stipulated periods and rules, he would do the buyer's every bidding, becoming that person's very possession. That Intellitron had been auctioned off a dozen times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. But never again did anyone cast another glance at him. This time around, there were no successful bids for him.
Oh. God damn, okay.
This is what I've seen and heard along the way.
Fucking hell. What a land of dreams, everybody. What a land of dreams.
Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago. Nor should it be. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Where the spirits of the rich and impoverished remain forever fixed on their own scales. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream is inevitable.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Miss Acheron, now it's my turn to share a story with you. There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with deep, unhealable pain, made a choice.
Oh, shit.
He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, he created a giant, a spiritual atom. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found it hard to move forward, who could not advance, forever lost their future. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished not to awaken that this spiritual atom became unbreakable.
And yet, you stand here right now, which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move forward, humanity will eventually seek a way to save itself. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he etched the possibilities of human nature into his heart. He was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would melt because of it, only for him to fall into the sea. And after that, countless others would surpass him, soaring to even greater heights.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazing spirit.
I've got to say, that's one of the first times I've heard positivity around the concept of the Icarus story.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. In these worlds, there are innumerable people who look alike, yet don't. I, too, have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, witnessing their destinies follow paths similar to mine. So I will tell you, even if not completely similar, the story you just told, it overlaps with my past. And within that abyssal dream, I ended that man's life. Alone.
Oh.
I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
So something that before the 2.1 update came out, and I talked about this with a mate, is it became a big theory point in discussing, is that so Acheron is May from Impact Third, and basically the story of Acheron's world is if they lost. It's if it didn't go well. There's only basically one key difference between Honkai Impact Third and Acheron's world. And that's kind of the point. And this scene is actually really fucking hard because of that.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate your suspicions.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what sort of power is it that has motivated your solitary journey thus far?
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling, all because the sun was there. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun, but darkness?
Ooh.
Then why, exactly, do we even walk towards the light?
So there you go. That's kind of more confirmation that she is of the Nailty path. Just got her Lycone, you happy? Fair enough. I'm super happy from last week where the big roll-offs on stream. Got E1 of her and her Lycone, and I managed to get her E2 over the weekend. So I'm like, sweet, I don't need to roll anymore. I can wait till okay. But yeah, I can wait till the Adventurine and Jingleways banners and like go for Jingleway. Right. Super happy that I don't have to spend more. Well, not spend more, but like, because yeah, again, haven't put money in for these sets of rolls. It's actually quite nice not putting money into the game. Unlike my friend that fucking S5 E6s every fucking character like the whale he is.
This voice, it's not constant. Could it be her companion?
Though I don't know exactly what you are or what you're up to, my bullets will find you.
Ooh!
Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality casket for you, imposter.
Is this who I think it is? It's a Boot Hill. The dude coming in 2.2.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake? Who the heck are you?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind. It's fine. I'll leave a round for you. So get that forehead clean and wait for me.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask you.
Are you asking me to write your will? Sure. Go ahead.
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly did she become a Galaxy Ranger? She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's deal?
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. What a stroke of luck. Well, I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo keeper, go buy a bottle of his Donna's White Oak and warm it up, and I'll raise a glass to you. That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But if all you want is a simple answer, sure, you best get a chair and take a seat. That woman, named Acheron, is an emanator who should not exist.
Mm-hmm. And now we're switching back to Adventure. Okay. Ooh, the plot thickens. The plot is actually getting really thick now. Holy shit. Dude, I'm starting to struggle.
You look pale. Or is that also part of your act?
Ratio, I'm going to be honest with you, Chief. There's a good shot that he punches you in the face.
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled my duties as you instructed. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my Undertaker now. My, what an honor.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due time. But let's not forget, you won't be seeing them, because I'm the manager of this task.
Great. Then tell your people that Adventurine is ready to go in 17 system hours.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the Harmony?
Well, my conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. They hold the secrets of Penacony. So, I took the opportunity to set everything in motion. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this
Okay.
smooth through the doors of the Reverie. Now I'm only one step away from victory. Let's just wait and see.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
That's all I can say. Have you forgotten, Doctor? You betrayed me. Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony. You've achieved what you desired, haven't you?
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital support beacon in that gift money bag?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm about to bite the dust.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Maybe I am. Who knows?
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs. You'll thank me.
What's this? Medical advice?
Interesting.
You catch on pretty fast, Doctor. Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you, you wing-headed scoundrel.
Winged scoundrel, okay.
Edge about that stowaway. It's just as I guessed it would be. As for now, let the rain of wealth from the IPC fall evenly on everyone.
Okay. Oh. Ah, it's reset the team again to the fucking not what I want. Team setup. Because it's pulling from my base team. And since my carry's at the top, it's put it... Simply put, I just want to switch our launcher to Akron. So I actually have a DPS.
Time will tell.
Oh, they had a dialogue thing. Oh.
Would you be willing to support my performance? And keep the Song of Beauty alive in the cosmos?
Here, I got these gems for you.
Wow, how fabulous! But why would you give such a wonderful gift to a random stranger like me?
Well, you see, I can't bear to see anyone in this sweet dream suffering from poverty.
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you so much, sir. If you ever get the chance, please, feel free to come by and indulge in my singing.
Sure thing. By the way, do you happen to know anything interesting about death?
Death? That's a pretty scary topic, and it doesn't really match the mood of this sweet dream.
Oh, you see, I'm a tabloid reporter collecting ghost stories in Penacony. As you know, the more chilling the stories, the more attention they get. Maybe you could help me out.
Well, if you're up for some gossip, it's not about death, but there have been some rumors about a guest at the reality hotel who fell into a deep sleep and didn't wake up.
Oh.
It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but
Luckily, the customer eventually regained consciousness. Well, all customers are under the protection of the family, after all.
Thank you. This will make for a very juicy headline. May Shibe protect us. Unexplained coma. That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. But unfortunately, the customer ended up waking up in the end.
Unfortunately, they're alive.
I can feel something inside my head. Is the harmony starting to...
Okay, so that's interesting. So that gives confirmation that if you actually like properly die in the dream, you could potentially be brain dead, basically. Interesting, though. It's worthwhile, like, keeping in mind.
The world has truly lost its way.
Here's some gems for you.
I get it now. This is some sort of prank show, right? You must have some cameras set up around here to film yourself doing good deeds, right?
It's about right for modern day fucking influencers.
You youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience.
Yep.
You know what? A truly great show never comes easy.
A great show will start soon, old man. But before that, I need to ask you something. Do you know where I can find death in this dream?
Ah, I see. Another fearless youngster looking for death. Oh, well. Let me give you a piece of advice. Don't think you're the first one who's ever thought of that idea.
Oh.
Not even remotely innovative. I bought it from Dr. Edward. He claimed it was some exclusive fancy schmancy stuff. Oh, what a disappointment. The effects were awful. First, some monster covered in eyes stabs you in the gut, and then all you see are blurry glimpses of buildings and lights. The sky was spinning so fast it almost made me puke.
Is that all?
Actually, that's interesting, because that almost sounds like
What else can you expect?
death.
Don't put
The creature.
stock in the Penacony movie industry. They even call this junk groundbreaking art. Can you believe it?
What a joke. Well, I'll leave you be then. I hope you have a wonderful day. A monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the Memory Zone meme. But buildings and lights... I don't think those have anything to do with death. Oh, that whole dream bubble was probably created using rumors and gossip.
Maybe it was made as a cover-up.
The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
Easier to cover up something if there's something else to cover it up with.
A blissful reprieve. To drown 1,000 sorrows. Let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet.
Oh my god. Hey, it's Butchie! Gonna do some music in your fucking closet?
These gems to me? Didn't expect to meet such a generous soul in this place. Or are you just pitying me? Well, it really doesn't matter. As long as I have Soul Glad, that's enough. This is just a dream after all.
Interesting.
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend. It's not good for your health.
Oh. Maybe I really should quit. But not before meeting the Devil of Soul Glad.
The Devil of Soul Glad? Care to elaborate?
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
With a long neck. They say it loves to appear to jump people. Especially the ones who are passed out on the side of the road. How funny.
Yeah. Very funny indeed. Thank you.
Interesting.
Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family? Darn it. Now I just want to dig out my brain and use it as evidence.
Take care, my friend. If you ever find yourself in danger, remember that the hounds are always ready to help.
Woosley.
You don't look good, my friend. If you need assistance, I can contact the hotel and have them wake you up forcefully.
That won't be necessary. I have some business to attend to. But thank you all the same.
All right, then. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to reach out to us hounds.
Well, actually, I do need a favor. As the most outstanding hound in Penacony, have you come across any stowaways recently?
Stowaways? How could there be stowaways in Penacony? We've never had anything like that before.
All right. Good luck with your work then. What was I even thinking?
Yeah.
My family would never share intel with the IPC.
You are never getting a direct answer there, Adventurine. Oh, look, it's a child. Am I just gonna give a bunch of gems to a child?
You want to talk to me? Sure, but nothing too sensitive, okay? Huh. Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this dream. But to be honest, I've never seen anyone who gives out money to others like you. So, are you trying to be the prince from the tale, handing out his gold leaf garment and melting his lead heart in the fire?
I'm flattered. I'm no prince. I just thought these gems would help you speak. So, as an investigative reporter, maybe you've heard something about death?
Ah, another curious soul. I see. Well, that was actually the topic I was most into when I entered the industry. But my boss shut it down.
Oh?
How did your boss talk you out of it?
Well, she simply said, covering baseless urban legends like that would make us look like some third-rate tabloid. I thought about it, and she had a point. Reporting on stuff like blowing out birthday candles and getting spooked by nightmare ghosts isn't exactly professional material.
Guess she's got a point. Thank you for sharing.
Don't worry, I'm just falling over and dying here.
Were you wanting to talk to me? Sorry, I thought you were checking out something behind me. Is this a gift? For me? Are you sure this isn't some kind of mistake?
Yes, it's for you. Just take it.
Is this for real? Someone is actually giving me a gift. Not for my parents, but for me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, it's not much. I just want to ask you something.
I knew it. What's on your mind? Are you trying to ask about my father or my mother?
Neither. I'd like to know if you've ever heard about death in the dreamscape.
Oh, you sound just like my father. Always warning me about danger, even in dreams. He's an Intellitron, so his dream entry methods are different from us organics. Can't count on him to protect me if something does go haywire. Funny, right now I'm still under his protection. How ironic.
Hey, stay positive. Gold will always shine one day, right? Devil of Soulglad, dangers in the dream, and nightmare ghosts. Well, surely death is a popular topic in this dream granted by the family. I've collected a bunch of rumors, but no useful clues. The gems in my bag are running low. Well, let's see if my last lucky interviewee brings some surprises.
Okay, I'm gonna say this now. This alone is satisfying enough to make me consider getting Adventurine. I want to know if he's. I want to know his stats better before I pull for him. So I'll go for Jingleway like I intend, then I'll leave it at that. Get E1 of her, get a like her, and then get.
You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere.
Well.
Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Yeah. I was wondering about you were gonna show up.
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out, will you reward me with an answer for my efforts?
Oh.
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Back then, when you asked me to find a mute, did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so pleasing.
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence. And that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16 system hours.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured destruction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of Penacony will go up in smoke. If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I'm about to say, I snuck a nuclear bomb in. I'm fucking sorry. How?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of, but it's good to hear that he's still here in Penacony. I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family.
Okay.
And at the climax, the walls will crumble, people will wake up, and those who couldn't speak will find their voices again. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display for me. Catch you later, fool.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
God, I love the villain power that Sparkle has.
So, number 35. You're back. Like your new lucky charm?
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak, you Sigonian hound. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin in that massacre back in the day. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. From now on, you and your good luck are my assets. Are we clear? Your first task is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased 34 other slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Go and play a game with them. You came out alive after 2 days. It proves that you are the real deal.
You're insane.
Testing out if you're a good product.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of self-righteous brats like you. But you look good, and that's why many customers
Good lord.
spend fortunes on a scrawny brat like you. So go along now and don't let your master down.
How much did you spend?
What?
My price. How much did you pay for me?
Huh. You really want to know? Well, it was 60 tanba. No more, no less.
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba. Deal?
Are you trying to strike a bet with me? You got some guts. Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. Don't forget your place, slave. You're not qualified to be at the table. You're just a chip. A life thrown away in someone else's hands. Either you come back with more chips for your master, or you never come back. It's all or nothing. Don't embarrass me, my lucky hound.
Okay. And returning back to the Trailblazer.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen,
Oof, I love that style.
Green Jolt Hostelry. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at Soul Glad. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary?
Oof.
We're dedicated to serving up nothing but pure joy and laughter. What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Oh, look! A lady as cool as Serval.
I think she is. Cool indeed.
Will you introduce me to her? Huh?
Oops. She's heard us.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table. Where did you stash the ingredients?
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special drinks?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. Go around the bar and bring me any ingredients you fancy. The discussion might take quite some time, so I'll prepare some customized, non-alcoholic drinks for you.
In the bar? But aren't all the ingredients right there on the counter?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it. Comfort, hunger, confusion, or even boredom. It's all within reach, right at your fingertips.
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me my lovely lady.
Oh my god, Marge, you were so easy.
Mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together. A bartender needs to capture the bar's atmosphere, master technique, and spin a tale of mystery and anticipation.
Only then can a perfect drink crafted with a customer's life story be created.
In other words, what you get from your drink is down to luck, so don't overthink it. Indecisiveness has no place when it comes to enjoyment.
Okay.
Can this be used for mixing drinks? Oh, and there's a note underneath. Exchange with your precious things. Oh, what should we exchange for it? Hey, what are you doing? You can't just throw trash. No way. The words on the note are changing.
It's true. It's treasure to me.
Happiness is the dream of the humble. Does this mean we can take it? Something feels weird about this.
Yes. Oh, you have no idea how much I'm sitting there thankful that they, yep.
Don't forget to let your friends in on the action.
Oh, what's this one?
Check out this bottle. The liquid inside looks beautiful. And the label reads, Dream Syrup, thick. I don't see an expiration date, but the production date is half an amber era ago. Ugh, drinking this stuff can't lead to anything good.
I know.
Sure.
Age sus. But I think we thought we could drink anything in dreams.
That's true, but this really doesn't.
Okay, maybe that's the alcohol knowledge I have going wild right now. Age is normally a good thing when it comes to good alcohol.
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding? Don't
Feel free to have some. It's perfect for entertaining lovely guests like you.
Then we'll keep it for now. That's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Stay out of my way. I'm looking for Siobhan.
Uh-huh? What's all the commotion about?
Got a new sticker. Ooh, what's this? I mean, I gotta check that out, right?
Hey, look at all these chips scattered everywhere.
A few days ago, an actor from the Iris family came. Caused a ruckus with Siobhan. Those chips must have gotten scattered during all the chaos.
Can you imagine how intense that scene must have been? So enemies drop gold coins even in a dream.
That's a clever metaphor.
That being said, opening a bar in this place, filled with monsters, is quite a feat. Siobhan must have a lot of tricks up her sleeve, right?
You'll have to ask her yourself to find out. But I have a feeling she won't budge unless you impress her with an incredible drink.
Okay.
It's Soul Glad! But I thought they didn't sell Soul Glad at the bar. Let's give it a shake. Nice, it's still fizzy and has a long shelf life.
Maybe someone else bought it here.
You see Soul Glad everywhere these days, so it wouldn't be a surprise if someone brought a bottle here. Why don't they sell Soul Glad in this bar? Did something happen?
Potentially.
It's all about the bartender's pride.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make sense for customers to come here and order drinks they can find anywhere else. That's the mindset I use when I brew my coffee.
Ah, fair enough.
You're right, Himiko.
Okay, is that everything? I don't see any more glowies. Chest. Oh. Oh, there's a yankable. It looks like everything, so.
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The Dream Jolt hostelry only welcomes guests who want to enjoy a drink to their heart's content. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in your proposal.
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience. You're destined for the Iris stage, not for this rundown shack. Come with me.
Fucking rude.
We'll become the talk of Penacony, as shining light into every corner of the dreamscape. Please, Siobhan, I really need you.
Oh, goddamn.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests. Don't make me repeat myself.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here and not go anywhere else. Give me sweet with extra ice.
Just one moment.
What's her deal? We can't discuss the case with other people hanging around the bar.
Hey, can you do that clockwork trick of yours again?
Ah, yes, manipulation. How come even you, Himiko?
Time is running out. We need to hurry.
That's a bit corrupted of you.
Counting on you.
Alright.
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right?
What can I do for you? If you're here to convince me to leave, please stop it. I'll never leave until she accepts my proposal. I just don't get why she won't leave this place. This rundown shack with no customers whatsoever.
It's 'cause it's what she wants. Perhaps you can try various experiments to see what different emotions can brew with different drink ingredients. So she's calm right now. I'm gonna say they're sad.
It's ridiculous, right? Our paths were never meant to cross, yet I'm still holding on to her. I'm too timid and shy, longing to shine but afraid of stepping into the spotlight. I need her guidance because I'll never be able to do anything alone. You don't know Siobhan's past, and you have no clue how radiant she used to be. Even among the talented Iris family, her skill was unmatched. I know she probably thinks I'm just trying to ride her fame to get ahead. But all I want...
These are two very polarizing things that is quite harsh, right? Is you want to help someone reclaim what they want, and maybe they don't want that anymore. Reclaim, yeah, like reclaim their past, and maybe they don't want that.
She's still not leaving. Maybe I'll have to try again.
Yeah, it's... We talk about it a lot on this channel, best of intentions. Alright, time to do the other mean one. Let's go angry.
Those darn Iris jerks! They're the ones who forced Siobhan into hiding here, running this pesky bar. It's all their dirty scheming.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was always supposed to be happy, right? But
Leaving because she doesn't want to run into them again. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor. I'll go back.
or maybe it is angry.
To the Dream Master, exposing the crimes committed by the Iris family. Siobhan will definitely appreciate it.
Things might get out of control if she gets any angrier.
I just don't get why she won't leave this.
All right, let's give her happy.
I've seen it. The moment when Siobhan and I share the stage, the crowd is going wild, applause crashing like waves, the aroma of irises fills the air. A beautiful melody playing, ribbons dancing around us, and the taste is sweeter than honey. I've seen that scene countless times in my dreams, and every time it mesmerizes me. That's why I have to bring her back to that world, no matter what it takes. Want to raise a glass, my attentive listener? Let's consider it a toast to my far-fetched dream.
Okay.
Well, talking to you has got me feeling a bit down. My thoughts are swirling, making my mind clear and bringing tears to my eyes. Maybe I should find a place to reflect on what Siobhan truly means to me.
That's wise.
Here's the payment for the drinks. Please, pass it on to her.
Oh.
Miki has left? That's good for her. Radiant dreams may be enticing, but they're nothing more than dreams. Her drink is on the house. Please keep the money.
Sweet.
When you're ready,
Free money.
go to Gallagher. I can tell he's itching to show off his skills.
All right, Gallagher.
That being said, mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just pick your favorite ingredients, toss them in a glass, mix it up, and it's done. So go ahead, explore the bar, and bring me any ingredients you prefer. Nice work. Let me take a look. You found some interesting ingredients there. Now take your pick. Each drink has its own unique flavor, and the base ingredient sets the tone for the initial taste and the lingering aftertaste. So, which one would you like to use as the base?
Remedy. Or this one.
The original formula is said to be Nunu's favorite drink. It's sour and bitter, and the bubbles burst in your throat like swallowing rusty chains, evoking thoughts of dungeons and prisons. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct, the ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction with the base. It should give an unforgettable taste without overpowering the main tone. So, what's your choice for the adjunct? Bright future. A taste that's been a long time coming. I'll never forget the flavor that danced on my tongue as Mikhail whisked me through the dreamscape wilderness. Those were haunting times. Too beautiful to be real.
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you prefer? Anything you need, I've got it. The IPC's favorite. Ambitious, aren't you? Well, it's done.
Okay, I want to say. Ooh.
Here's to you, the nameless, with this glass of a ticket to the boneyard. To the dead and the dying.
Well done, Gallagher. You're not over the hill yet.
So, are you satisfied?
Oh, the flavors! They're way more sophisticated than Soul Glad.
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I can taste this.
Because I believe this is the event at the moment, right? I need to unlock the event at some point.
I'm not entirely sure what it all means. Maybe Mr. Gallagher can shed some light on it.
Well, if you're expecting a profound answer, I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. The imagery it implies is pretty straightforward. It's just a glimpse of what this dream truly tastes like. Nothing more.
Does this true taste have anything to do with that Mikhail?
I've heard his name in my dream.
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool, that name. Do you remember?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a bit. And now there's no reason to hide anything from you anymore.
Okay.
Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course, I'll tell you a story about Mikhail. All right. Let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she's a stowaway. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run into one sooner or later. After the incident, the hounds wasted no time searching for that girl in both the dreamscape and reality.
Okay.
Here's the thing. We only received bad news, and the trickiest kind at that. She simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality, as if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Huh? Does that mean...
Maybe things will turn out different than we think.
Different? Are you suggesting that girl wasn't actually killed? Come on, aren't you a witness in this case?
Oh, I'm pretty sure she's not dead. Spoilers disregarding spoilers that I've seen.
Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the Bloodhound family has done.
But I'm still gonna burn down the entire fucking planet if I can.
Dealt with before, so death does happen in Penacony, if I understand correctly.
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain too much to you. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? Such events are highly unlikely and only affect a tiny number of people. If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true problem with the family.
I guess it's time to tell the story of that Mikhail.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received that music box too, right? Do you know the secrets it holds?
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams. Find the legacy of the Watchmaker, father of Penacony, and thus the answer to the question, why does life slumber?
That's the exact wording.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did you write it? It's quite poetic.
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how come?
Okay.
I'm sure you must have noticed that this message didn't come from the family. You might have even guessed that the relationship between the family and the Watchmaker isn't as close as it seems.
Yeah, so it's definitely seeming like the overarching actual villain of this plot is the family.
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and its actual managers are at odds.
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time, but the hounds haven't been able to track him down, as he seems to be living only in the characters and stories he created. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watchmaker to send out such a ridiculous message to the outside world, inviting you here and causing chaos?
Because they want him found.
So, you want to seize this opportunity to expose the Watchmaker?
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark, right? Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the Land of the Dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony, and he's the root cause of all the anomalies in the dreamscape.
Oh? But what does this have to do with Mikhail?
You don't get it? Well, I mean, Mikhail, the betrayer of the...
Yeah, okay.
He's the Watchmaker.
That makes sense. So Mikhail is the watchmaker, so we need to find Mikhail. Oh, sometime later.
Here we are, Clock Studios theme park, the most popular entertainment center in Penacony.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the watchmaker? I would have expected you to take us to maybe a library or an archive room of sorts. But an amusement park?
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. To you, it's a fun place. But to me, it's a prison for the planet's past.
Oh, okay.
You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here, helping the Garden of Recollection salvage the leaking memoria from the macro void. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless prisoners intersected and overlapped, and people started meeting each other in their dreams, living lives that were almost identical to reality. But everything has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to alleviate the suffering of prisoners in reality. One of the prisoners broke free from the IPC's shackles and fought for freedom. He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peacemaker, and the faithful companion of the underdogs.
So the Clocky cartoon is actually a documentary.
History is always written by the
Ah.
However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from Penacony's actual history. These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past. Once you realize this, you'll understand why we're here.
Hang on, that begs a few questions, because so Clocky is clearly Mikhail then, right? Like, Clocky is the watchmaker. Is the power to okay.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. Who knows what it's for?
Huh. I walk among the tombstones. Alright. I'm gonna have to call it here because looking at the time and everything to get all the stuff I want done today, just be safer to call it here. So yeah, fucking hell. Dude, the story is engaging as hell. Like, really. I'm enjoying this a lot. So with that all being the case though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment on the video. It'd be very much appreciated. It helps the video out more than you might know. And we'll pick this up again next week. Yeah, like I'm actually really upset because I'm still not able to get to some of the stuff that I'm getting spoiled for, and I kind of have had enough of being spoiled because it's just a frustrating experience. If I know, then I know, and I don't care as much. So we'll see if we can sneak in another stream at some point earlier than next week. Otherwise, yeah, we'll get back to it sometime next week. Cool. So yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching. You're awesome. Stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye.